Recording in progress.
Lubabalo, please.
Hi,
Luba.
Sister.
Yes, please
Hi.
please also have the report ready to beam at the recommendations. I still have
Okay,
this challenge here. Yeah, so that I can talk to that
no problem.
after this. Thank you.
Okay, Sister.
Good morning, Sister Danielle. Has the meeting started? There's no volume on my side, sorry.
Oh, okay. No, not yet. Good morning. It hasn't started. We are still, the chair will soon be in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, honorable members, good morning. I'm very, very sorry that I'm slightly late. I was in another meeting which overlapped to our meeting of the portfolio committee. I'm very sorry. Our agenda is opening, welcome, apologies, then the report of the committee for the 17th of October, consideration of the minutes, those 4 sets of minutes, then our trip to Brussels. Do we have a mover for adoption?
I so move, Honorable Chair.
Oh, thank you very much, Honorable Hassan. Seconder?
I move to second.
Honorable Douglas. Seconder?
I move to second the adoption, Chair. It's Honorable Kumbaka.
Okay, Kumbaka. Honorable Kumbaka, thank you very much. Do we have apologies, Luba?
Good morning, Chair and honorable members. We only have one apology from Honorable Zuma. She's engaged in other meetings, Chair. Thank you, Chairperson.
Okay.
My apologies, Chair. Chair, I just want to note, Chair, that the department, the principals will not be joining. Their apologies are not noted in this meeting. It's an internal meeting, Chair. Thank you, Chairperson.
Yes, I was saying let's go through the report. How's the nail?
Good morning, Chairperson, and good morning, honorable members. The committee undertook.
Is it you who's taking us through the report?
Chairperson?
Is it you who's taking us through the report?
Okay, Chairperson. If
No,
Chairperson,
I'm asking.
okay, yes, Chairperson, I can take you through, or the chair can take us through the recommendations.
Yeah, take us through the report, Austina.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Chairperson and honorable members, the committee will be reminded that the PC undertook an oversight to Pretoria, and the oversight itself had 4 segments. The first segment was oversight to the department. The second was oversight at the Pan-African Parliament site in Midrand. The third one was the meeting with resident African ambassadors in South Africa. And the fourth leg was to check on the status of readiness in terms of South Africa hosting the G20. So hence the recommendations are quite many in number, which is unusual in a report, but because of those 4 segments, we had to cover all of them in one report. In terms of the G20 Chairperson 8.1, the committee is recommending the minister to ensure that the G20 South Africa presidency puts forward and influence the G20 summit outcomes on gender equality, climate change, the cost of capital, and the debt burden on African states and other developing countries. Chair, through your guidance, I don't know whether I should just go through them all, or members are commenting on each, confirming each and every one as we pass along.
Yeah, I'll go through them one by one, Austina.
Okay, Chairperson, I have just completed 8.1.
Any issue on 8.1, honorable members? 8.2, Austina.
8.2, the minister should ensure a coordinated review of the first full cycle of the G20 to monitor the commitments that were made over the years to ensure that they have been met, and then present the outcome report to the portfolio committee in the second quarter of 2026-27 financial year.
Thank you. Any matter on 8.2, honorable member?
Chairperson,
Yes, who's speaking?
that's Honorable Chetty.
Yes, Honorable Chetty, 8.2.
Yeah, Chair, 8.1 and 8.2 deals with the G20. I just want to check. We did ask that the committee should have an on-site inspection of the G20 premises. I see it's not recorded yet. Thank you.
If you allow me, Chairperson, the premises which were supposed to,
Yes,
I mean, where the members were supposed to have a local inspection, the department advised that it was, when the committee was in Pretoria, it was the time when construction was still ongoing, so the committee could not go. And the briefing was actually given to the committee at DIRCO. Hello, Chairperson. I'm not sure whether that will cover Honorable Chetty's concern. Luba, am I audible?
You are audible. You are audible. I think we've lost the chairperson.
Oh,
May I make a proposal in the absence of the chairperson that you continue going through it, and that we, as per normal, we can reserve our comments at the end as MPs and our inputs, and then consider it rather than going through it item by item. It's just a proposal. Thank you.
Yes, I support that. I think we can all take notes as we go through the full list of recommendations and then make our final inputs at the end.
thank you, honorable members. I will proceed to.
Sorry, I don't know what's happening here to this discussion. We are now on 8.3.
We are.
If I'm not wrong.
Yes, Chairperson, we are taking 8.3.
Yes.
8.3, from 8.3, these are recommendations relating to oversight at the Diplomatic Academy. The committee is requesting the minister to strengthen the use of South African indigenous languages and Khoisan languages and ensure that they are incorporated in the curriculum of the diplomatic training. 8.4, still with the
And honorable members on 8.3. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Okay.
No, I think I just want to appreciate that it's been included. From a personal perspective, it's good to see this kind of things in black and white in reports in Parliament. Much appreciated. Thank you.
I was saying to the speaker yesterday, just by the way, that Louis Botha statue at Parliament, we must replace it with Auchi Mao statue. Just by the way. 8.4.
8.4, Chair, still with the Diplomatic Academy, it says the minister should enhance the effectiveness of consular service management abroad, as well as reviewing the process of online digitization foreign services to be incorporated into the AI integration plan as a feature of digital trade and cyber diplomacy.
Thanks, Ausdino. Anything honorable members on 8.4? Thank you. 8.5.
8.5.
Okay, sorry, Ausdino.
Sorry, if we can just add into 8.4, we did speak about the department partnering with Home Affairs. I don't know if that's maybe needs to be mentioned.
That's very true. We said Home Affairs and other relevant departments.
Yeah, so we can just add that in, and maybe even just as an addition for future joint sittings between this committee and Home Affairs as well. Thank you, Chair.
That's very true, Honorable Smith. You'll correct it, Ausdino.
Yes, person noted.
8.5.
8.5, the committee is asking the minister to consider the renaming of the Diplomatic Academy to be open to the general public.
Okay, 8.6.
8.6, the minister should submit a detailed report on priorities of the economic diplomatic training in terms of investment attraction, export and tourism promotion, market intelligence, country branding, while focusing on the digital economy.
Thank you, Ausdino.
8.7, Chairperson, the minister should explore protocol and etiquette training for non-state entities, such as the private sector, companies who are engaged in these sectors in terms of development.
Yes. 8.8.
8.8, the minister should ensure that planning and implementation in the programs of the Diplomatic Academy look beyond just soft power issues, but look at creating the sustaining and sustaining of jobs while placing a focus on the AI aspect and the integration of future employment.
Thank you, House Denel. 8.9.
8.9, the minister should ensure an even opportunity for young people from all provinces to access the department through the cadet program and internships, and report on steps being taken by February 2026.
Thank you. Luwabalo, can you scroll up the document? Thank you. 8.10.
Mr. Chair,
8.10.
Okay,
Oh,
sorry,
my-
there's another member.
yeah, my hand was up. I just want to also agree with that point that was just raised, and I think from the actual oversight visit, we actually saw that provincial representation is not quite what it should be in the programs as it is, and so I'm glad that it was captured in that particular way. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Douglas. Next, House Denel.
8.10, Chairperson, now the committee is making recommendations with regard to the PEP site in Midrand. It's requesting the minister to submit a report explaining steps taken towards the implementation of the Portfolio Committee's 2023 recommendation that consideration be explored to house the PEP at the current DBSA building in Midrand.
Sorry, Chair.
Kumba.
Yes, no, they must just change the submit to submit. Just a typo, I think.
I'm sure you can see it,
Noted.
House Denel.
Yes, yes, Honorable Chair.
You deal with many summits. Okay, 11.
8.11, still with Midrand, the minister to liaise with the Minister of Public Works for a joint accountability report to the Portfolio Committee in January 2026 on the PEP project execution plan aimed at the completion and handing over to the African Union a purpose-built headquarters in Midrand. And
Okay, 12.
Chairperson, if you allow me on that 8.11, the committee did mention the January 2026, but I think according to the parliamentary program, members will only be coming back towards the end. So I don't know if members still
Unless we apply
like...
for a special meeting.
Okay, Chairperson. So we leave it at January, or members can vary that to February.
Yeah, well, we can say before the end of the first quarter.
Okay, Chairperson, thank you.
Is it okay, honorable members? Or you want to
Agreed.
rush back from holiday?
It's okay, Chair.
Agreed,
Okay.
agreed.
Yes, agreed, Chair.
All right, 13.
12, Chairperson.
Or 12.
Yes, Chairperson. The committee is requesting the minister to investigate in liaison with the Department of Public Works and subject to consequence management a person or persons responsible to have aided the transfer of the government site in Midrand to a private individual who claimed it as his own.
Yes. 14.
13, Chairperson, the minister
Sorry.
should clarify.
Yeah.
The minister should clarify and report on the steps to be taken to also accommodate the UNDP resident mission, NEPAD and APRM.
Yes, 14.
14, the minister to report on the total cost of the project and the total amount paid and to be paid to Gallagher Estates until the completion of the construction period.
Yes, we also said interest must be interest and CAT and
Interest.
TB and CAT must be included.
Okay. Okay, noted, Chairperson. 15, submit a comprehensive report on the amendments agreed upon between the government and the African Union on the host agreement and why it was necessary to do so.
Thank you. 16.
16, Chairperson, ensure that the department and any other department concerned on, or now from 16, Chairperson, we are dealing with the meeting with the ambassador, the African ambassadors.
Yes.
The committee is recommending that the minister should ensure that the department and any other department concerned with how illegal migration can be addressed in South Africa, okay, and report to the committee on a monthly basis on progress made.
Yes, we said there, it was said by Honorable Smith, jointly with Home Affairs.
We'll put, okay. 17, liaise with the Department of Home Affairs to jointly elevate the challenges of illegal migration at the SADC and AU levels to work together with South Africa in addressing.
So 16 and 17 are the same.
16 is for internal, 17 is for external intervention.
Oh, yeah. Okay. 18.
And 18, coordinate and seek progress report to share with the committee from the departments responsible for unlocking barriers to trade and attract investments through the African free continental free trade area.
Thank you, honorable members. Do we have a move for adoption of this report as a true reflection of the proceedings of our oversight work on Department of International Relations and Cooperation on the date as indicated?
Chair, it's Honorable
Mr. Chair.
Yes,
Sorry.
Honorable Dudley.
Honorable Smith can go ahead and then I'll follow him. Thanks.
Okay, Mwela.
Sorry, Chair. I just had one comment on the recommendations. There's one omission that I haven't seen.
Okay, Honorable Smith.
With regards to the Diplomatic Academy, we also spoke about the high vacancy rates at DIRCO, and there was a recommendation that DIRCO should both work with South African universities to develop degrees that are specifically related to economic diplomacy. And we also spoke about the department incentivizing bursaries for students to study things like language and diplomacy and economic diplomacy. I'm not seeing that reflected in the report.
You are right, Honorable Smith. We also spoke about demographies in the cadets trade. You are right, Honorable Smith. How's the now you'll include that, Agri?
Yes, Chairperson, I'm noting them, Chairperson.
Any other omission, honorable members, that we have made?
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Dudley?
Yeah, I think I just want to maybe run a couple of things past you and maybe see if there's some way it can be accommodated. Just from the inputs that we made, made a lot of inputs around the composition of delegations for future trade missions, to include historically disadvantaged entrepreneurs and women and youth-owned SMEs. Maybe we could incorporate that as a recommendation of some kind, so that we have real inclusive economic diplomacy, and that these are the kinds of things that we can look at from an outcomes basis. That's the one thing, and we can formulate how we can put that in. And then also, how do we express, because that was one of the things that we spoke about very clearly, was how do we express moving from a kind of activity-based to an outcomes-based metrics for the department, in terms of oversight, in terms of performance. It focuses mainly, when we're talking about what DIRCO is achieving in this report, and this is something I did engage with in my speech last week and in my question session last week, we need to maybe move away from meetings held, programs conducted, etc., without measurable outcomes, and maybe start looking at how we can have a real world impact. It's some performance indicators that says this is the amount of jobs that this thing created. And I know that that would take a coordinated approach with the Department of Trade and Industry. And maybe this is where we should have those other joint meetings, which we discussed in that session, between ourselves and DTIC to see how we can take economic diplomacy and make sure that it becomes a reality and a metric in terms of performance indicators for the department. So, there is, things like increased investment flows, measurable trade volumes, employment created. These are things that we can look at, and can we formulate something that from our group, if the committee agrees with that approach, to say we'd like to see a swap from just saying this is the amount of activities and things that we've achieved and activities we participated in, and start looking at redoing what metrics we look at in terms of being an outcomes-based department, Mr. Chair. So yeah, I think those are some of my thoughts. And again, it just speaks to the committee linkages and DTIC and our approach, and then Home Affairs, obviously that approach as well. What I did notice, we went on a little tour, Mr. Chair. I don't know if you remember. We went on a little tour, side tour, myself and two of the other MPs into the building, and we stumbled upon the legal department, and they were waiting for us on the last trip, and we didn't manage to drop in there. But when I started speaking to them about the legal contexts of their job and what they do, a lot of things became clearer to me, and it became clear to me that they really do want to come to our committee, and they do want to give us the information we've been requesting in terms of the bilateral agreements, in terms of the trade agreements, especially the one on the USA, which was signed by President Ramaphosa in the USA recently, and AGOA, etc. But there seems to be a disconnect from getting the information through to us, and I'd like some kind of recommendation to be formulated that speaks to they did, however, show me that there is a way that we can have a website where we can access some of the trade agreements. But I would like for us to encapsulate that discussion, which maybe was part of the oversight tour for us, but maybe the other MPs weren't with us at that time. But I'm sure you remember when we were taken on that little side tour, before our meeting on that day. And I'd like to see how we can actually incorporate that into our recommendations, to say we would like to see and have a presentation from the legal department in terms of our trade and bilaterals, and in terms of recent and historic relationships. And then also I'd like to see a recommendation that speaks to unpacking who is benefiting most from the trade that we currently have, that is coming in either from BRICS and BRICS Plus, EU, America, and the rest of the world. I'd like to see who the vast majority of the beneficiaries are of the economic diplomacy that we are facilitating, and who attends these events, because this will help us to get a better understanding and a baseline, so that outcomes-based metrics can be mapped against something, a baseline of where we are and where we've been for the last 5 to 10 years, and where we would like to start seeing change in the next 5 to 10 years. That benchmarking process of where's our trade delegations now, and diversity, and in terms of the delegations and in terms of spend, we need to basically see which companies are being highlighted and their products being given business to business opportunities in China and in India and in all the different parts of the world. These are metrics that we need to start pulling through, and that's why the cooperation between DIRCO and DTIC would be very important for us to benchmark. So I'm not sure if we can start putting some of those things in, and then start looking at how we can reference diplomatic academies and training in terms of more being data-driven, and also getting more and more of our young people on board would be really, really great. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Douglas. You have said many things. I hope I'll be able to follow. The first one on activity-based and outcome-based. Yes, we did agree to that the department must do both because they are both important. Is that correct, honorable members?
Yes, that's as far as I know, sir.
Okay,
Yes, that is correct.
I'll take it that silence means consent. The second one on trade delegations, that they must reflect South Africa's realities in terms of demographics. Yes, that one is also correct, yes. The rest, I don't know whether you are able to read one by one. Honorable Douglas.
Yes, sir, no problem. We can do that.
You remember we had said we must submit to House Dineo.
I did actually yesterday. So I wrote it out.
And then
and I
in
sent
that
it
meeting, Honorable Chetty did draw to your attention that some of the things you said are encapsulated in some of the the matters that were covered in the document.
Yes. No, as I said, I'm very happy with what we've come up with so far. I mean, I'm just mentioned a few of the missions. I didn't go through the long list that I do have. So I was just highlighting some things which, like you said, I think we can all agree on, especially on representativity, especially on diversity, especially on how we take these matters forward.
Yes, those two we agree to. I think there's agreement on them, on delegations and on outcomes and activity based.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I think then let's leave it there for now, Mr. Chair, and then I think we'll everything can be covered in a lot of what has been recommended. Thank you.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much, Honorable Douglas. Honorable members, do we now have a mover? You were moving, Honorable Muela.
Yes,
Sorry, Chair.
I was moving.
Okay, let's wait for Honorable Kumbalish. Honorable Kumbaka.
Yes, sorry, Chair. I just wanted to add one more thing before we adopt. After we had that meeting with the African heads of mission, we did say that the portfolio committee will institutionalize, these engagements with the heads of mission. So I don't know how it can be placed on paper, but we did mention that, and then also monitor the progress being made through the diplomatic work, that translates into tangible outcomes and benefits our people. So just the institutionalization of the engagement with not African but heads of mission. I just wanted to add that, Chair.
Yeah, yes. In that, we also said it must be an annual event on the same month as part of institutionalization. All right.
Yes,
Are you
Chair.
seconding with those amendments?
Yes, Chair.
Yeah,
I move to second, yes, with the amendments presented.
Okay. Honorable Muela moves and Honorable Kumbaka seconds. Do we have a consensus, honorable members?
Yes, we have consensus.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's move to the minutes, Lubabalo. The minutes were circulated to us, honorable members. So what we will do is to look at the attendance and then get a mover and a seconder. Go to the first set. Lubabalo? Lubabalo, can you hear?
Yes, Sebastian, I can hear you, sir.
Yes, please proceed. You give us the date and then we proceed, yeah.
The first Chair is the 3rd to the 4th of September, Chair.
Okay, sure. Lobabalo, you are not audible.
Oh, Chairperson, I thought, Chair, you were going to call for a mover, Chair. I
Do we
had
have a
scrolled.
mover for adoption, honorable members?
Thanks, Chair. I move to adopt.
Honorable Kumbacha, seconder.
Second, Chair. Honorable Moela.
Thanks, Honorable Muela. Second set, Luba.
The second set, Chair, is the 10th of September, Chair.
Okay, let's attendance register. Honorable members, is the attendance register okay? Okay, if it's okay, there's no problem. Do we have a mover for adoption?
Yes, I move, Chairperson.
Honorable Hassan, seconder.
Second, Chair. Honorable
Thanks,
Moela.
Honorable Muela. Third set, Luba. Third set, Luba.
The third set, Chair, is the 17th of September, Chair.
Yeah. Attendance register, is it okay, honorable members? There's no one who was there who may have been excluded. All right. Do we have a mover for adoption?
I move, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Hassan. Do we have a seconder?
I move to second, Chair. Thanks.
Thanks, Honorable Kumbacha. Thanks
The-
for yes, Duba.
My apologies, Chair. The last set is the 8th of October, Chair.
Attendance register, is it a true reflection, honorable members? Looks like that. Do we have a mover for adoption? 8th October.
Chair,
I move.
I just noticed a slight error, Chair. Instead of Honorable Ismail Musa, I have Honorable Salih, Chair. I'll correct it, Chair. I'll correct.
Thank you. Yes, I was just going to bring it to your notice. Thank you, Luba.
Okay, with that amendment, you are moving, Honorable Musa.
Correct.
Okay, do we have a seconder?
Second, Chair. Honorable Moela.
Thanks, Honorable Boela. Let's move to the Brussels thing, Luba.
Thank you, Chair and honorable members. Chairperson, at this stage, it's safe to say that the entire trip has been approved in as far as logistics for honorable members, and we have a draft program on the number of missions that the committee will meet in Brussels. I think Usis Dine will talk to that. But on my side, Chair, the delegation will be departing on Saturday using Lufthansa at 7:45 in the evening, arriving in Brussels at 8:20 on the 2nd. Whilst we're in Brussels, on the 2nd, yes, Chairperson.
Okay.
Whilst we're in Brussels, Chair, that the honorable members will be accommodated at Hilton Hotel, and departure from Brussels will be the 8th at 14:25, arriving in South Africa at 10:10 on the 9th of November, Chair.
Did
So
we
so
send
far,
honorable members the program?
No, not yet, Chairperson. Not yet, Chair.
Yeah, if we can send the members the program so that they must know on each day from what time to what time, what are we doing, so that they can prepare.
Not yet, Chairperson. Not yet, Chair.
You have not said anything about the weather.
We were collecting a package, Chairperson, for honorable members, Chair. That is work in progress, Chairperson. We were just.
But that thing is on Google, man.
Noted, Chair.
I'm just saying you should have used Google to look at the weather instead of waiting for the package.
It will be cold and raining,
please.
Chair.
Excuse me?
It will be cold and raining.
Yes, I realize that. But as you know, Europeans, their buildings are fitted with the necessary equipment for all weather conditions. So we will pack properly, honorable members. And you know, Lubabalo, who is departing from when?
Selina, Chair, will be communicating those specific arrangements, Chairperson. Because at this stage, the application is still going approval, Chair. It hasn't yet reached Secretary to Parliament in terms of the administration approval. So after the Secretary has approved, it's only then we're able to get the actual tickets, Chairperson. So I think I anticipate by tomorrow, we will have all the tickets for the honorable members.
And there's no connecting flights?
We are going via Frankfurt, Chair, and then to Brussels, Chair. So we're leaving, all members are flying from Johannesburg, Chair, to Frankfurt and then to Brussels.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine. Honorable members, you will get updates. Also now?
Yes, Chairperson. Sorry, Chairperson. Through your indulgence, Chairperson, just to add to what Luba is saying, that on the content side, members are going to engage with 20 heads of mission in Europe, in the whole of Europe. It's 20 because they are
Let's
also
let Lubabalo said 23.
No, there is one apology. So far, we have only one apologist, Chairperson, so it's going to be 20. Then there is a leg to do oversight in The Hague, in the Netherlands, where there is that vacant state-owned property, which the members will also be able to do.
Oh, no, Lubabalo yesterday said 21. Sorry, Lubabalo, 21. I was just looking.
Yes, it was supposed to be 21, but the ambassador to Norway will not be, has sent an apology, will not be in because of, other official engagements, which are from the 4th to the 6th.
But they must send a report.
Yes, Chairperson, we will definitely do so.
Okay.
So it will be those two events of oversight in two countries in Europe, physical oversight, while the others, it will be physical with the heads of mission, the original approach which the committee has decided to embark on. Thank you, Chairperson.
Okay. Honorable members, any other comment? Okay, we'll meet in Joburg at the airport on Saturday evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. We wish the Proteas well. They are playing, and we congratulate Banyana for making it through to the African Cup. Enjoy your afternoon, honorable members. The meeting is now officially closed. Thanks to the staff and everybody else.
Thank you,
Amanda
Chair.
Gash.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Enjoy your trip
Thank
to
you, Chair.
Brussels.
Thank you.